Hello everyone, my name is Vikas Dhayal and in this video 5 of the Prelims Source Tracing series, I'm going to show you how from the polity section of your syllabus, UPSC has been framing questions and from where they are getting inspired. So this is you carrying all the books which you are supposed to read for prelims, and you must also see, apart from these books, you need to see and understand the psychology of the examiner as well, because this is the person who is setting questions for your paper. So let's begin. So this is the examiner, and she is thinking that from where can I get inspired to make UPSC prelims questions. So there are four options largely which can be chosen. NCRTs, yes, because NCRTs are very basic in nature. These are very authoritative books, so why not? UPSC PYQs, yes, because UPSC PYQs, I've already made a video and shown to you how UPSC PYQs have been extensively used in the 2022 prelims itself. NCRTs I've already shown you. I'll put the link in the description, how from the 7th class NCRT a lot of questions have been asked. She must also be a lady in her 40s or 50s, and she must be also remembering the books that she must have read regarding history or economy or polity, and she must be thinking that why not make questions from these authoritative books that I read in my college. I made a video on this one as well, how this particular book, which was published in 1948, very popular in 1960s and 70s, is being used regularly by these examiners to set questions of Buddhism and Jainism. And also from the books written by renowned scholars. Obviously, she will not be referring to books written by coaching institutes, because those are not authoritative in nature. And the scholars who have spent all of their life in writing these books, obviously she will be referring to them. So let's see by examples of 2021 and 2022 prelims how this examiner is getting inspired. So let's look at this question. In 2021 prelims question paper, this particular question was asked, and it talked about women, the voting rights given to women, and whether they were given reserved seats in the 1935 Act. So generally, the basic thing that we focus on while we talk about separate electorates or reserved seats, we generally focus on the Muslims or the depressed classes. But this year, the question related to women's franchise was asked. This examiner must have read this particular question of CDS 2021, where it is explicitly asked that women in legislatures, in accordance with the allocation of seats for different communities, were given in which particular act, and the right option was D. So obviously you must have reached, had you referred to this particular paper, you must have understood that this option is obviously correct, and this is a very extreme statement, so this must be incorrect, so the option will be B. Now look at this particular question as well, 2021 prelims question, and it talked about what is the best definition of a liberal democracy. So she must have read this particular question of 2019 CAPF paper. This paper is also conducted by UPSC for recruitment of officers in the Central Armed Police Forces, and this also asks a question regarding the definition of liberal democracy. So these keywords in the previous year questions of UPSC becomes very important. That's why we have used the previous year questions. We have been inspired by the previous year questions in making our SCG, the 10,000 questions program, and the SCG based on these questions only. Let's look at this 2021 prelims question of polity again. This one more question. Right to privacy, it is asked here. If you refer to prelims 2018, the UPSC prelims 2018, it is directly given the statement itself. The right to privacy is part of the right to life and personal liberty, that is Article 21. So from here you can see that C option will be correct. Another now look at the 2022 prelims questions. So if you see from the examples that I've quoted, so this examiner is not going very far behind. She is asking questions from the last 2-3 years of other UPSC exams. So look at this particular question that was asked in 2022, anti-defection law, and it talks about whether a nominated member, if he or she joins a political party within 6 months, whether she will be she can or she cannot join a party. Second option does not provide any time frame within which the presiding officer had to decide a defection case. Same question, almost a similar question of 10th set schedule was asked in 2019 CAPF. So generally 2 to 3 years of CAPF, CDS and NDA questions are become very important. That's why I've given some examples of these questions. There are obviously more questions that have been an inspiration for the UPSC question setters, and on based on them, and just like this examiner, we have got inspired from these questions and made lots and lots of questions that you can do, and the solutions are really something that we have put a lot of effort in. So the SCG is open for admissions. You can enroll. I'm putting the links in the description. Till that time, let's look at the next example. 2022 prelims. The second option talks about that the total number of ministers, including the prime minister, shall not exceed 15% of the total members of the Lok Sabha. This particular 2019 prelims question paper had a similar question. In the statement itself, it was given that including the prime minister, the strength of the council of ministers shall not exceed 15%. Obviously, it was done in 91st amendment, and this examiner must have got inspired from this particular question. Let's look at this NDA example. So I've given you example of CDS, example of CAPF, UPSC PYQ, and now this NDA example, so that you can understand that all these question papers are very important. This was asked in 2022 prelims, where the first option says that Attorney General of India and Solicitor General of India are the only officers of government who are allowed to participate in the meetings of Parliament of India. Here, in this question, it is written that who among the following can attend the meetings of both the Houses of Parliament while not being a member? So here, both these options are given, and only this option is correct. So obviously, from the knowledge of this question, you could have easily guessed that this particular statement is incorrect. So that would have made your life easier in 2022 prelims. And it will happen again for sure. Because if you look at any paper, when you were in college, the paper setters used to get inspired from the PYQs of college exams. When you were in school, in CBSE, in state boards, in ICSE, the examiners used to get inspired from the PYQs there also. So this has been a trend of all the academicians, and obviously it makes logical sense as well that you get inspired from the PYQs. You ask fundamental questions based on those PY. Let's end this particular video, and if you can like this video, that will be really nice, because that will inspire me to make more such videos of high quality and of good value addition to your preparation. And for SCG last lap, you can enroll. I'm going to put the links in the description, and there's a helpline number and there's a telegram helpline given there. You can text at the helpline and know more about it. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe the video. Thank you.